Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how to conquer your fear. Now, I've had these problems before during my remote learning, but I actually did conquer it, and I talk a bit more than I normally do now. So, in order to conquer your fear, you'll find out what's the problem and what's worrying you. In my case, it was that if I said something wrong, my mum would get so angry, she would get overreacted, and it wouldn't be nice. So I didn't bother to say, but then I thought that maybe if I could try and ask them that, okay, can you close the door so I can actually speak better? So to be honest, it actually worked, because they always close the door during my remote learning. Then I can actually speak my opinions, and I'm more brave in front of, so it's a bit better when they're not around, and it helps me. So to conquer your fear, let's say if someone was bullying you, calling you names, and like they say they were, I'm not trying to be rude now, but let's say they were saying slowpoke. Oh, what was that weird move? Oh, you're such a rubbish player. You're so stupid. Why did you have to ruin this game for me? Let's say something like that. If they were saying that and they kept on doing it continuously, or if they kept pushing you continuously and you didn't like it, but you didn't want to stand up to them, and that is called fear. Now, to conquer that, what you have to do is stand up for yourself. You can be brave and say that, like, I'm not scared of your tricks. I know what you're trying to do, and don't do it again. I know that you're bullying me. Don't do it again. It's being very unkind. And maybe to scare them, you can say, I'm going to tell your mother. Something like that, or your parents, or something like that. That was one. And two, if you don't want to stand up to yourself and you're still a bit worried, then you can ask your guardian, your parents, anyone you can trust. So, and then they can help you sort it out for you. So that's another way of how you can conquer your fear. Now, well, this isn't that your fear, maybe it is, but if you're worrying, let's say if you're worrying about that you're trying a new thing and you're worried you won't be able to do it, or you're going to embarrass yourself, well, I don't blame you. I would be worried for that as well. But I know how to like stop it and just be brave and stop it, really. Just let it go, because it actually happened to me before. When I was in my old school called Cotton Prep School, I was trying this new club called rock climbing. So we had this big wall and like not wall, but like a tower, and then we could have, not rock climbing, a tower, and then we had to climb up, you know those things? Yeah, so I was nervous because it was my first time, and to be honest, I actually embarrassed myself because I even cried one time that I couldn't do it. But I knew that, but after that, I got braver and braver, because soon after that, I actually reached the top of the tower, and I could go on a zip line all the way down. It was actually really fun. But that day when I embarrassed myself, I didn't enjoy it. It's lucky I had such good friends there to help me and support me, saying that there's nothing wrong. And they helped me a lot, to be honest. Even the teachers. There were some teachers around. One of them was called Mr. Lloyd, but people called him Lloyd. Yeah, it's funny. But yeah, so Mr. Lloyd, he also helped and he comforted me, even though I was still a bit worried. So that's another way to conquer your fear. Scary stories. Now, let's say you don't like scary stories, and when people are saying characters, you don't like it and you imagine they come real. Well, to be honest, I have the same problem, really. I don't like it. Whenever I have, let's say an example, Maleficent. I don't like that thing with horns. So scary. I always imagine she comes and it's not nice. So to conquer that, we have to try and say your opinions so that they know and they can make it fair for you, and everybody will agree on everything, and everything will be fine, and they can do whatever they're doing happily. So as I said, people were doing serious stories, so I'm gonna give you an example of what you shouldn't do. So I'm going to be a few characters, let's say, and yeah, so this is my little torch, and imagine it's dark. So night in the city, it's creepy, there's a zombie walking on the town. Whew, let's say you shiver, but then they carry on because they don't know. They say there was a zombie chasing people, a vampire sucking blood. And let's say they enjoyed it, but then you were too scared. But if they kept on going and you didn't say anything, if you were like, let's say like that, you stayed silent throughout the whole thing, that's what you shouldn't do. You should share your opinion, as I said. Now, this is the right thing to do. Yeah, I'm gonna try and make up another part of a scary story. So, night in the city, a zombie chasing people, a vampire sucking blood, pure blood, bloodshot eyes. Then if you were like, oh, I'm going to share my opinion because I don't like this, they say that, sorry, by the way, I actually don't like these scary stories, and can you please change the story to something we all agree on, because I don't really like these. That's good, because you're sharing your opinion. You don't like these scary stories. So let's say they were bad people, the people who were saying these things, scary stories. They said, you're scared? You're such a scaredy cat. And then they keep jeering you out and say, get out of this tent, let's say. Very rude people they would be, but it can happen. So then you would I would say you should go out straight away, tell someone, or just ignore them. Just don't do anything, ignore them, or fight for yourself and say, excuse me, you're being a bit unkind. Please don't be unkind, otherwise I might tell your parents. And I'm sure they wouldn't like you doing this. Then try and make them scared. Say that, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want my parents to know. Let's say something like that. Now, then that's what you call fighting for yourself, but staying in a calm mode. So yeah, that's really it. And yeah, I hope that what examples I've said have helped you, are going to help you, and I hope they'll be very useful for you, so you can try it out. And if it doesn't work, please tell me, because then I'll try and improve my skills, find up with some more examples for you guys, and then I can try and help you again. So hope you enjoyed it. Like this video and hit the subscribe. Bye!